And hello everyone, welcome back to your HTML tutorial. Today we'll be talking about attributes and comments. Now you'll also notice that when I work here, my page here will automatically update. Yours won't necessarily do that unless you have the live server extension installed in VS Code. To get that live server extension, you can open your extensions tab and you can just search for live server. This is completely optional. I just did it so I don't have to click on refresh the entire time. And I believe it's this one. Let's see. And yes, should be this one. And you can just get this and you should be able to run a live server. And I believe it also supports PHP. So yeah, that's nice. If you want to do PHP, then you can. And then you can just right click once you have it and say, whoops, let's just bring that up. Open with live server. And here you can also have a PHP server, which is nice. Anyhow, so to give you an example, if I were to change this here, as soon as I save, it will automatically refresh here. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, we can start working with comments and attributes. So a comment is just a piece of code that will not be displayed to the user. So let's say I want to say here, my description on, and then just blah blah blah. So I just want to say this is just something you want to say to yourself. So when you go and reread your code to understand what you just did, you know what to do. But the problem is, let's say, and then we just add a description here. Let's just put some lorem here. Okay, now if we do this, then as you can see, we see my description on blah blah blah. We don't want that, because this should only be seen for us. So when we look through our code, we know what was going on here. So a way we can hide this is by going in opening bracket, an exclamation mark, and 2 dashes. And it actually auto-completed for me. So then there's another 2 dashes and a closing bracket. Now this right here is a comment. Whatever goes inside of this will not be read by the browser. So it will only see this instead of that. So this will basically be hidden. So that's a nice way to do it. And you can, of course, put more things in here. Let's say you decide, okay, you don't want this on your page anymore, but you might want to put it back later. So you just quickly throw it in a comment. And now if you reload your page, it's no longer there. And let's say you come back 3 days later and you're like, no, I actually do want this in my page. You can just put it back. And that's the nice thing about comments. Whatever goes inside of them cannot be read. And you can have as many comments as you want. And there you go. So that's comments. Fairly simple. It just allows you to make some notes. This is great if you're following a tutorial, because then you can make notes on your, maybe you make like files of notes inside of them. Then you can make notes using the comments. Okay, and now we can talk about attributes. So attributes is basically like an attribute of an element. So let's say I ask you to name your attributes. It's almost something like that. Now, to give an attribute to an element, let's say we go here to this p tag. Then we can say align, and here we can say center, for example. Now this will align the text center, as you can see here. We can also go right. And my H is at the wrong place there. And now it's right. The reason why my IDE, or code editor, whichever you want to call it, doesn't really give us highlighting or anything for this right here is because usually instead of adding attributes, you would add CSS. So it would be something like style is equal to, and it can be like text align, and you just do center. And that is an example of CSS. So now we don't need this align there anymore. The CSS will do it for us. But we're not at CSS yet, so we don't have to worry about that. This is also great. So let's say we want to put in horizontal line here. So in horizontal line is just an HR and it's a self-closing tag. So you can just do that. So it's just like the break line tag, but this is just HR and it will create a horizontal line, as you can see right there. You can have as many of them as you want and it will just create a bunch of horizontal lines for you. So that's the horizontal line. A quick overview of that as well. And we can do something like width, because this is an attribute you can give it. And we can say, let's say we want it only to be half the width of the page. Do that, we say 50%, and now it's only half the width. If we say 25%, it's going to be 25% of the width. You can also use pixels, so let's say 25 pixels. And as you can see, that's about 25 pixels. So pixels is just another way of setting a size to something. But if you don't feel comfortable with it, you can just use 25% here instead of pixels. And you can also add another one to it. So we can say align. And you can make that, let's say, right. And this will align it to the right. Or let's say we want to align it to the left. As you can see there, now it's aligned to the left. So yeah, that is attributes. It allows you to just kind of modify what you have and just quickly give it some changes. Make your page look a little bit better by changing the attribute. So yeah, that's about all there is to it. So we just covered horizontal lines and we covered comments as well as attributes. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all again in the next HTML tutorial.